This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday we are learning about the taxation. Okay, so let me close these files and let me open freshly. So we are learning about excluding and including and everything one by one. So for USA, it is I told you, like I have explained, like general ledger, collapsal, ledger setup, general ledger parameters, so in this sales tax tab, if you verify in your environment, this applied sales taxation rules checkbox will be enabled. If you enable this checkbox, means automatically that US taxation related checkbox, this one. Okay, then expenses, taxes at the time of purchase is expenses. Taxes at the time of purchase is a expenses. Yesterday we saw, like, let me go to one invoice journal, whatever we did it. Accounts payable, invoices, invoice journal, invoice journal. Now so here let me go to posted transactions, otherwise we'll create one quickly, no problem. Let me go here inside. If you go to the voucher, it is tax is calculated 67, but it was posted to the expenses. As I told you, this is actually you cannot claim that expenses. That is the reason that sales tax is cannot be processed furthermore. This is US taxation. The same methodology is available in before 2002 in India. Before 2002, the same methodology, it is expenses. So in 2002, when I'm working in one company, at that time the company people, they wondered, like, because this change from this one to VAT was introduced. So VAT means this can be claimed. So VAT, exactly what VAT means, VAT process. Suppose you have purchased 1000 at the rate of 1000 and 100 rupees is tax, you have paid 1100. So now you are selling this item at the rate of 1300 or 1500. Otherwise 1200 I will take, plus 120 is the tax. So not 1200, 1500 I will take. 150 is the tax. Wherever I'm working that company is paying tax properly, perfectly. So give me a second. Second December, sorry, 1st December. So actually in that, wherever I'm working in a company, in that company, actually non-commerce people, they are wondering why so many Bharat Bandhs are happening. Because now earlier, before 2002, we need to pay sales tax $150, 150 rupees. But whereas this is old taxation, as per the old taxation before 2002. Now new taxation, VAT. This, it is asking, government is asking, pay sales tax 50 rupees only. How it is? You have collected 150 rupees at the time of sales, and you have paid already 100 rupees. So remaining amount only 50 you can pay. That's what the rule changed. But heavy stations, Bharat Bandh, and there are so many days strikes are there. With this change, government is asking to pay less tax, but there is a heavy stations. Okay, still in USA this methodology is there. So you cannot claim the tax amount at the time of purchase. You need to pay 150 rupees completely in USA taxation. Fine. Understood now. This is expenses because vendor invoice means it is purchase expenses. At the time of purchase, the tax, whatever it is there, it is expenses for them. They cannot claim. So understood about the taxation. From last 2-3 days, I have discussed a lot about US taxation. Indian taxation is different now. Earlier, earlier it is instead of earlier it is the taxes are like this. Let me show you. General ledger, the old taxation I'm showing you, still it is available in the setups. Sales tax. So here it is nothing showing, but if I change it to INMF, because it is India based taxation localization, this is India based localization. Now if you go to this general ledger parameters, so here if you go to sales tax, the old taxation I'm telling you, VAT, sales tax, excise, service tax, customs, and then exports and imports. Understood? These are the different taxes applicable for India. If it is USMF, you are not able to find this one. So look at this one. Apply sales tax. Apply sales tax rules is not enabled. It was not enabled. This is different. Okay, this is old taxation. Sales tax means CST. So if the stock is moving from one state to another state, then it is a CST will come into the picture. VAT, sales tax, excise, service tax, customs, and everything is there. This is old taxation. The new taxation at this point is GST. It is completely different. Okay, that is completely different process. If you want, I can help you on some document I can provide you because it is a big subject about Indian taxation. But now it is easy the process. So it is available. It is in India, like in this one only it will be available. Tax. Okay, give me a second. Let me show you where it is available. Sales tax setup. Tax setup. This is for India. This is for India. You need to configure. It was not configured. It should be configured in this company. This is for India. Okay, fine. Let me go back. Now the taxes are calculated where we can see the taxes. All the taxes, calculated taxes, where we can see means if you go to USMF company and let me go to tax module. This is standard application. Still I'm proceeding. Tax calculation in this tax module. Sales tax settlement periods. Sales tax settlement periods. Here California, whatever it is there, for this you will find posted sales tax. So you can see the California tax postings. Some are purchases, some are sales. One is tax payable, one is tax receivable. Tax receivables means purchase order process. Tax payable means this one sales. Okay, anyhow through purchase order, whatever the taxes are there, it is expenses only. As I told you, you cannot claim. Okay, this is purchase taxes, sales taxes. This is sales taxes and these are purchase taxes. Fine. Now, so can I do calculation? How to calculate means there is one more process in this one. Declarations, sales tax, settle and post sales tax. So at the month end, not only this one, any company, any country, they need to select the settlement period, California, wherever the company is located, and from date November 1st, and it is posted. If you click OK, what happens? I'm not clicking. What happens? I'm explaining. So it will calculate what is the sales collection, tax collection. Tax collections means sales tax, sales order or sales process taxes minus tax paid if applicable, tax paid. So purchase process tax, tax at the time of purchase. Tax at the time of purchase. This is tax at the time of sales. Okay, it will calculate and it will arrive the value, some value. Okay, the value, that value will be posted. If you process, that value will be posted to sales tax authority vendor account. Once it is processed, then it will go to sales tax authority. In this sales tax authority, whatever the vendor code account is there, it will update here. In this, it will update. So you can do the payment to the vendor, this process. Now remember, this sales tax settlement process, you should not execute multiple times. You can execute only one time. You cannot execute multiple times. That is one condition you need to remember. Let me close this one. So this is one-time job. As I told you, this settle and post sales tax. Settle and post sales tax. Settle and post sales tax. This process you can execute only one time. What is the meaning of this one? Means, so in India, from suppose October 1st to October 31st, whatever you have purchased, whatever you have sold, normally in regular conditions, it is every month you need to submit before November 10th or 15th. I don't know the date exactly. November 10th or 15th, you need to pay the tax amount, whatever you have collected from October 1st to October 31st, and whatever you have paid already tax, the difference should be calculated and it will be paid to the government of authority. Okay, that is this one. This one, settle post and sales tax. So on suppose 10th November you need to pay to the government of authority, then you are processing, you have paid. Can you modify that amounts? Once you have paid to the government of authority, can you modify?
You cannot modify.
You cannot modify. The same, that is the reason it will not allow you to modify once again, means you cannot reprocess once again. Suppose October month is paid, can you do the payment for September month? You cannot, am I right?
Yeah, we cannot.
You cannot.
No.
So this process, if you do for this month, you cannot do for the previous month. That restrictions will be applicable here also. So for practicing purpose, what you have to do, if you want to practice, this one, do it for the month of January 2021. Some transactions, purchase orders, sales orders, purchase orders, sales orders. Do the process and try to understand what is the amount it is coming. Once again it is completed. If you want to try once again, 5th month, do some sales orders, some purchase orders, and the same manner like that you can do. So once it is October month is finished, this process, you cannot go back previous month, you cannot execute. System will not help, system will not allow you to modify or corrections anything. Understood? So this is a task to you. This is a task to you. Try to create some sales orders, some pre-text invoices in the last year, in the January 2021 or something, and purchase order, do it some transactions. Try to understand the data. Try to look at the data. The data you can see from here in this. If you go here, sales tax settlement periods, whatever you have posted, you know the transactions. Am I right? For California authority, suppose you have posted some sales tax authorities, some sales taxes, like in the month of Jan. So already existing data is, it will be available up to 2016 only. So you can post Jan 1st or Jan month 2021, post some sales orders, post some purchase orders. You can try to post. Okay, so if you want to understand the difference only should be calculated, then and disable that checkbox, which I told you in general ledger parameters. Disable that checkbox in USMF company and try to post some transactions, purchase orders, sales orders. You know what is the tax and what is the tax, and you can run this one for the month of January. For the month of January, try to execute this tax calculation. Okay, this one, and verify the difference amount is posted to this authority name. Sales tax authority name is linked with vendor account. Whatever the vendor account is there, that vendor will be posted. Okay, understood? It will be posted as a transaction here. The difference amount, whatever the paid amount and what is the difference amount, it will be shown as a transaction, one transaction for that month. Then you need to pay the as a payment, you need to do the payment. This is your task. You need to practice. You need to practice. Okay, understood? Any doubt in this? In this process, this is standard taxation across the globe. Across the globe, any standard taxation, but there are country specific localizations. Country specific localizations. China has country separate taxation. Australia has different taxation. Locations specified. So one person cannot learn all the taxations. So application standard taxation, but if you scroll down, you will find there are so many country specific localizations. Look at this one. Australia has different taxation, India has different taxation, Russia has different taxation, Brazil has different taxation. So the toughest taxation is Brazil. Toughest taxation is Brazil. Calculations. Actually, in the world earlier, before 2016, second toughest is India. Means toughest means here there are so many setups, so many complex scenarios, so many. Now it is easy. It's not that much complex when compared with world taxation. Now it is very easy application. Means there is no complex reports, only straightforward 1 or 2 reports only, not much, very straightforward. Okay, so for this I will provide you the one document, one white paper released by Microsoft. You can go through that one and you can practice that one. Okay, there are many country specific localizations. One person cannot learn all these country specific features. United Kingdom has different taxation. France has different taxation. Entire Europe has different taxation. Understood? There are many taxations. So suppose if you are implementing in Kenya, so I have implemented in long back, I mean to say I worked in Kenya implementation in 2008 and 9. In 2008 and 9. At that time, Kenya don't have any localization. Look at this one. What we did, we have taken Indian taxation at that time, Indian taxation, and we have modified as per the Kenya localization. It is a customization, a big customization. So wherever the country specific localizations are not exist, there if you are implementing, suppose their Indian that country specific localization, what developers will do, they will take one of the taxation, and they will modify as per the that specific localization. Okay, fine. Any more questions, please?
Yeah, configuring the vendors, those are not actual vendor, like.
This is yeah. So you can create normal vendor only, but it is not a. We are not going to post any transaction to that vendor. It is a normal vendor only. You are creating whatever the vendor, the same manner you are creating a vendor. You are posting the same vendor, like the way how you are creating the same, but we will not post any purchases or sales. We will not purchase anything from this vendor. Got it?
Yes. These are all actually this government
Authorities.
authority.
Yeah. Fine. Any more questions, please, about this one? Okay, I hope it is clear. This is about taxation. Next one is withholding tax. Next one is withholding tax. Okay, in India it is called TDS and TCS. In India it is called TDS and TCS. In across the globe, it is called withholding tax. So standard taxation, withholding tax is very simple. Of course, if it is once again India taxation, little bit complex. Little bit, it's not too much complex. Little bit, you need to do some setups. But now, if it is standard taxation, let us understand how it is. So withholding tax, this is standard withholding tax. So you need to create, say, withholding tax codes. You need to create withholding tax codes. Okay, withholding tax codes. You need to map, and inside you need to mention the values. You need to mention the value. Then once it is created, whatever it is relevant tax codes, this is straightforward, and ledger account it was mapped. Okay, next you need to create withholding tax groups. You need to create withholding tax groups, and you are adding the, suppose 2-3 codes are there, all those 2-3 codes you are adding, that is withholding tax group. Once it is defined, simple, straightforward, withholding tax code and group, then you can go to accounts payable, vendors, all vendors. Okay, take the example one vendor. Let me take one example. Suppose property management is a vendor. ES 109 property management is a vendor. So for this vendor, you need to map the withholding tax code. Click on edit. Okay, go here, invoice and delivery tab. Invoice and delivery tab. Enable withholding tax codes, and then map this withholding tax code. Okay, this is setup. It is must. So I will give you more details about what is this. Okay, let me show you in the application, and then I will come back to you what it is. So we have mapped withholding tax group, property management. US 109 property management, we have enabled withholding tax group. Now I am creating a purchase order. I am creating a purchase order. Let me quickly create a purchase order. Fine, let me quickly create a purchase order. Select the vendor account. So US 109 is a property vendor. Property management vendor. So selecting site and warehouse, click OK. Okay, select the item. Actually, usually this should be a service item. What is the meaning of service item? I'll tell you. It should be service item usually, but I'm selecting for normal item now for time being, but actually it is service item. So for easy calculation, 1000 I'm taking. 1000 I'm taking. Okay, now can we see the withholding tax here? No, it will not show any withholding tax. Only it will show sales tax. Withholding tax is not showing at all. It will not show at all. Confirm. Let me do product receipt, receive tab, and product receipt. Click on receive tab, generate area page, product receipt. So product receipt number, you need to enter. And best practice is date also, vendor dispatch document number, date, click OK. So the date, why it is showing December, like November 30th, even though it is December 1st, this is the application time zone is USA. So in USA still it is yesterday night only. We are little bit far away. We are far, so we are advanced ahead. So now once it is updated, now you can go to sales and market, like general ledger module. General ledger module, subledger journal entries not yet transferred because the batch job we are not executing. Because of that, it will not be updated. So let me post this one, transfer now. And this is 25th November transaction. These two are 25th and 27th, and I need to refresh the screen and I will get one more transaction here. Product receipt. Okay, whether it is updated or not, let me verify product receipt voucher. If it is product receipt checkbox is enabled, then only it will show. Give me a second. Let me refresh. Whether I have not enabled this parameter, give me a second. Let me verify. I think it was not enabled. Understood. So can anyone guess what is the reason why it is not showing? Whether I have explained this one or not, I don't know. Let me show you in accounts payable parameters. Okay, this I think we need to discuss this topic. I have not explained, I think. Accounts payable parameters, one checkbox will be there. Accounts payable, setup, accounts payable parameters. Here you need to enable this post product receipt in ledger. Okay, this next topic we'll discuss this one later. Okay, let me proceed. So I have not enabled, so there will not be any postings at the time of product receipt. Now let me do invoicing. I'm doing invoice, generate area page, invoice button. Okay, invoice number you need to enter, the invoice document number you need to enter. Invoice date is not mandatory, but best practice. Update match status. And before posting, if you want, you can see here financials. You can see like view accounting.
If I don't take the invoice date, which date to be considered, Satya?
It will not take any date. Actually, it is posting date usually internally, but it will not fill anything. It will be blank because posting date is filling, due date is filling. Okay, so here also there is no tax calculation. Here also no tax calculation. Yeah, tell me now whether I have given answer to your question. Usually, this is invoice date is not mandatory. So this is vendor dispatch document date. Whenever vendor has dispatched and he has generated invoice copy, that is document copy it is. So usually it may be yesterday or day before yesterday or today, like from last 2-3 days. Otherwise, if your employee is neglecting, already vendor has dispatched this one week before. If your employee is not updated, then it may be 1 week before date. This is transaction posting date and this is due date.
Yeah, due date will be affected if I don't give the invoice date, right?
Yeah, so due date will be calculated based on this one. If you are not entered, okay, then based on this one. If invoice date is yesterday date, suppose 26th, definitely it will be impact. Then it is updating. Got it?
Yes.
So the system is not forcing, it is a best practice always, so that it will calculate correct due date. Okay, fine. Now, if you click on view accounting before posting, if you want to verify what is the ledger accounts it is posting, you can understand here. View, I'm sorry, view accounting. If you click on view accounting, it will show you the postings. it is purchase expenditure for product account data to this one. It is posting, it is showing. Okay, subledger journal entries. Now let me post. So after posting, withholding tax will not be calculated. After posting, you cannot find withholding tax at all. Look at this one. I'm posting the invoice. Withholding tax is not displaying. Withholding tax is not displaying. This is indirect. This is direct tax. I'm sorry. This is direct tax. So if you verify the invoice, if you verify the voucher, if you verify the voucher, it is blank. Let me refresh here and it will be there. Now let me transfer that one also. Now let me transfer now. Now if you go to the vouchers, voucher transactions, now it is posted to inventory account data to vendor account credit. Inventory account data to vendor account credit. There is no taxation. Withholding tax 28%, whatever it is there, it was not showing. Then where we can see, okay, it will not be, it will be calculated internally. It will be calculated internally, but it will not show or it will not display in this tag, purchase order invoice. Now let me go to vendor payment, collapse all, payments, vendor payments. Click on new, select vendor payment journal, go to lines, select the vendor property management, US 109 property management selected. Okay, let me fill. Now settle transactions, invoice is generated already. Just now we have generated for 1000. Look at this one. It is just now we have posted 1000. Okay, of course there is a cash discount. It is 980. Cash discount is different. Still I need to explain you. I think I have not explained this one. We'll discuss this one later. So because now it is 1000 invoice, but if you go to withholding tax, wait a second, it will be loaded. First it will not show anything, but it will be loaded. Give me a second. So sometimes I'm confused. Later it was loaded. Give me a minute. Let me select mark. Click OK, withholding tax. So it was loaded. So initially, long back when I'm learning, I'm confused. Why it is not showing? Why it is not showing? Once it is selected, it will be loaded. Okay, it is taking some seconds. Don't get tense. Now it is 28% means 280. 280 is the sale withholding tax. Understood? If you select this checkbox, if you select the checkbox, then if you click on withholding tax, it will process internally, it will calculate and it will show you. So initially it will not show first, but it will take some time and it will show you. Okay, now click on OK. So $20 discount is there. So after deducting 20 and 280, you are going to pay tax amount only 700. You are going to pay only 700. So what it means? So invoice amount is 1000. Invoice amount is 1000. What is this means? You are taking services. If you are taking services from the vendor, for that services it was charges is 1000 rupees. While doing payment, what government is saying, deduct withholding tax. In India it is called TDS. TDS. What is this meaning of TDS? Means tax deduction at source. Tax deduction at source. Tax deduction at source. So you are deducting this 280 and you are going to pay to the government of authority on behalf of this vendor. On behalf of that vendor, you are paying to the government of authority. That is TDS. TDS means tax deduction at source. Actually, vendor has to pay this tax amount. So now vendor is not paying. We are deducting the amount. We are deducting the amount from the invoice and we are paying to the government of authority. That is called tax deduction at source. Okay, this is the major difference between indirect tax versus tax. So even for salary also, your salary, whenever you are getting salary, they are deducting some tax amount. Am I right? While getting salary. So that is also TDS, tax deduction at source. This is for items. That is for like employee's salary. Employee's salary is a professional service. That is also one service. So you are doing service to the company. Company is paying the amount. At that time, they are deducting tax. That is income tax. Understood now? For $1,000, $280 is a tax amount and $20 is cash discount. Actually, cash discount also there. That is the reason it is coming. Now let me finish this payment. Generate payment. Check payment. I want to do it. Let me finish. Click OK. Yeah, meanwhile, anyone has any questions, please ask me, because it will take some time to process.
Can we applicable sales tax as well for this transaction?
Yes, if it is sometimes sales tax and withholding tax together, it is applicable. Yes, it may be, but in general, it will not be together. So I don't know the scenarios, business scenario where it will be applicable. There is a chance. Yes, applicable. There is a chance. So sales tax will be calculated at the time of.
What do you mean sales tax along with TDS?
Yeah.
That is the question.
Yeah, that is the question. So material.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Wherever material is involved, sales tax will be there. Otherwise, TDS will be on the services only.
But actually, with your experience, Shiva, like, do you have any one item has material selling with service, along with service?
That's what I'm telling. Sale tax is applicable on material and
Yeah.
service tax, TDS will be applicable service. If
Yeah.
if you are having freight charges as well as material, both together you are doing an invoice, that time TDS also will applicable.
Yeah, in business
On
scenario,
freight charges.
in your experience with in your 25 years experience, do you have any came across like any business scenario like suppose I'm providing like furniture, I'm selling and I'm providing service together in one item. Do you have any business case?
But because when the TDS will be applicable when you are making a payment. If say it is not applicable, TDS will not coming along with the sale tax.
Yeah, the question is like any business scenario which you have came across earlier.
That's what I'm telling. When when you are making a sale, we will receive the amount. Okay, when we are receiving the amount, it is a TCS applicable. So along with the sale tax, TDS never will not come. That's what I'm telling.
Yeah, I know those. Yeah, understood. Okay, fine, no issues. See, as I told you, like if it is a best example, is suppose take the example, it is not a best example, but just I'm giving you. Suppose you are purchasing like suppose dining table or any part. So if they are doing some services and if they are providing, that may be applicable.
Yes.
Yeah. So usually it will be like independent. In normal scenarios, 95% to 98% it is independent. Sales and service will not be together. Okay, but sometimes it may be occasion, but I don't have the perfect example with me.
And one more thing,
Yeah.
TDS is applicable on invoice or advance, whichever is earlier. On that we need to declare TDS.
Yes. Yeah,
to vendor.
that scenario so I need to discuss. Okay. Okay, this point I will discuss in few minutes. Okay, if it is not sufficient, we'll discuss tomorrow. Now it was posted. If you verify the voucher, it is instead of 1000, it was paid 700 only. So as per the invoice settlement, it should be 1000, but it is settling only 700. What happened to the remaining two vouchers means you can click on all related vouchers. All related vouchers. It will show you two more transactions. One is 280 for withholding tax and $20 is a discount and 700 is the original amount. So for the vendor, it is 280 tax amount, 20 discount amount. This one, it will be nullified. So there are internally 3 transactions posted. Of course, in the front end, it is showing only one transaction, 700, only 700. But if you go to related vouchers, you can click on related vouchers or all related vouchers. Anyone you can see there are 2 transactions. One is withholding tax related. You can see the voucher, withholding tax related voucher. And the second transaction, $20 is a discount voucher. This is one voucher. Internally it was calculated, posted, and another one is $20 is a discount. You can see the voucher. $20 voucher. Okay, so we saw first one is invoice. So invoice and payment. Invoice and payment. This is the scenario we have verified. Okay, but as per the law in Indian's law, it is invoice or payment, whichever is earlier. Suppose I did payment. This is why I have paid for a service. I'm taking. Then at the time of payment, advance payment, you need to deduct the tax, withholding tax. That's what law is telling in India. So country to country it may be vary, but in Indian law it is, if you are doing a payment, advance payment, tax should be deducted. That is for Indian taxation. Taxation. Understood? This is only for India. Maybe some other countries also applicable. So there are three areas. Each country will be changed. One is sales tax, another one is withholding tax, another one is fixed assets. These three modules, sub-modules, whatever you can say, sales tax, withholding tax, and fixed assets, these three functions will be changed a lot from one company to another company, one country to another country. The country rules will be changed a lot between all these three: sales tax, withholding tax, fixed assets. All these three functions will be drastic change from one country to another country. So whenever you are implementing, suppose in India, you need to learn something additionally. If you are implementing in Dubai, earlier there is no tax. Nowadays they have introduced, Saudi has introduced some taxes. Now in Dubai also, in Gulf countries also, it was introduced some taxes. You need to understand those taxes separately. Okay, so for that purpose, if you want to understand, okay, give me a second. So in this, if you want to understand, suppose Australia you are going to implement. If you want to understand Australia taxation, you can click on Australia. It will show you the Australian taxation related information clearly. It was provided by Microsoft. Earlier, Microsoft is providing white paper, one white paper. So it may be available. I don't know. I'm not sure. White paper also it will be available. So Indian taxation white paper I will share with you in the WhatsApp group. Okay, to entire team, so that you can go through that one. Later I will share with you. So each and every country has different taxation. Those taxations you can understand from here. So it will be a big exercise to you. Maybe it may take 1 month or 15 days or 2 months if you are implementing wherever the country it is there. Suppose you are implementing for Canada, then Canada taxation is one tax is there. You need to understand these things. So if it is implementing China taxation. If you are implementing Europe, you need to understand Europe taxation. So there are so many things. Look at this one. There are so much subject related to Europe taxation. Okay, not only Europe, any country will have different taxes. All Europe countries has different taxation. Japan has different taxation. Italy has different taxation. And just one announcement I want to tell you. Recently, Microsoft has a third-party tool. One tool has developed one tool for tax. One tax tool was recently introduced by Microsoft. It is yet to be released or released, I don't know, maybe from last 1 or 2 months. So I came to know like there is one tool is coming. This tool is majorly used in this area, Europe. They are in their words, from their words, what I understood, like this will be used a lot for Europe taxation. So this may be not fulfilling 100%. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so for easy calculation, they have developed a small tool separately. That is, I don't know that. I did not remember that tool name. So using that tool, you can develop. It can be integrated. So it is this tool is can be synced with 10.0.21 or 22. 10.0.22, the latest version. So I heard this one is this tool can be used for India if you want. It is maybe upcoming version 10.0.24. So they have 1 by 1 versions. They are giving support this tool to each country wise. this is additional tool. So you can do externally some tax calculations and everything. You can do it. You can configure and you can do it. It is a small additional tool you need to install, get it installed in the system. So Microsoft recently developed a tool for taxation, for this taxation, because each and every country has different taxation, a lot. To accommodate all those things, they have given as a separate tool. So I don't know about the charges and everything. It is additional charges or it is within the tool, within the application. I'm not sure. This is a latest news from last 1-2 months. Okay, fine. Any more questions, please? Any more questions? Any more clarifications required?
Yeah, Satya, while selecting the creating vendor, we select the vendor site and warehouse. These address where from reflect. Suppose I'm creating new foreign vendor. So I'm in the foreign, so this site, how to configure?
No, so here the site and warehouse in the purchase, are you referring to purchase order? In the purchase order only?
Yes, while I'm creating vendor, so I'm creating new vendor.
So while creating a vendor, so always I'm receiving, that is receiving warehouse. It is not a vendor warehouse. Okay, so you are talking about the vendor account, am I right? Let me go to the vendor account. Accounts payable, vendors, all vendors. If I open a vendor account, then purchase order fast tab, there is a default warehouse is there, right? That's what you are referring.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here from this vendor, if I'm purchasing from this vendor, I want to receive this material always to my warehouse 11 or warehouse 12. That's what I can mention. It is not a mandatory. It is not a mandatory. If you map here, then I'm going to receive always from this material, from this vendor, I will receive to this warehouse. That's what we are mentioning. It is not a mandatory. This is our warehouse. Got it?
Yes.
Receiving.
Where can we configure these warehouse and sites?
Sorry, I did not get your question.
Where can we configure these sites and warehouses?
So here only we can create creation of a warehouse. Am I right?
Yes, yes, yes.
That is a part of T&L. Part of T&L. So okay, let me show you where we can create. Am I right? That is your question. Okay,
Yes.
I will show you, but I cannot explain the complete process. So it is available in the inventory management. It is a part of T&L. Inventory management. Inventory management. Okay. So collapse all, setup, inventory breakdown, and you can map site and warehouse. This is my warehouses. Okay.
Yeah, clear. So I have another doubt. So payment terms 45 days and month plus 15 days. When I see the vendor, so I've seen that month plus 15 days means
Yeah, proceed. Terms of payment. Yeah, you're referring to terms of payment.
which is taking like this 5 days plus next month 15 days, 20 days only, which that is taking.
So what you have mapped 1 month 15 days like this?
Yes.
So remember, by default in the system, whatever it is there, it is different. Don't look at this one. It is 15th day. I think you have verified with the already existing data. Am I right?
Yes. When I select the month plus 15 days particular vendor, so that is taking.
This is not the 1 month 15 days. This is wrong. This is 15th day. The setup is different. So you need to create 1 month 15 days like this, and you can mention 1 month 15 days. You can create one new item and map it like this. I will discuss with you this one tomorrow in detail, but now create 1 month 15 days new one, 1M plus 15, and mention here months 1 and days 15 and do the transaction. Okay, then it will work properly, whatever your expectations. Got it? Okay.
Yes.
So payment day, we'll discuss this one tomorrow. So already existing one, it is every month 15th. This meaning is every month 15th only I will pay. This meaning, what is this meaning? I will explain it tomorrow. One of the topic. Okay. One is cash discount I need to explain you. One is payment day I need to explain you. This is one of the topics it is pending. We need to discuss. Fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Any more questions, please? Okay. If nothing, then we can wind up the session for today. We'll connect once again tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. See you all. Bye bye.